Hey y'all, welcome to the Spark Faith podcast. I am Dr. Chris Sargent, and it is What's Up Wednesday. And on Wednesdays, we are going to be talking about all kinds of random things. Last week, we talked about labs and how we can create very scientific ways of understanding deficiencies and those kind of things. This week, we are going to talk about and stay in the lane of May being Mental Health Awareness Month. And I want to bring in the whole gut-brain connection for you. And the fact that we jumped off at labs last week is the perfect kickoff to what we're going to talk about this week. So I said from last week that the traditional way that labs are done is, well, it's a yearly physical, or you have some symptoms, and the doctor says, okay, let's run some blood work, right? And you get it back and you still feel terrible, and he goes, everything's fine. So everything's fine in their world means you don't have any kind of disease or illness that they can see in your blood yet. If you're pre-diabetic and it's not quite into that lab, you're not in the labs where that is, you're going to be in that pre-diabetic zone until you're not. And then all of a sudden, you're going to be like, what? I didn't have diabetes last year. No, I have it this year. What happened? And it's not exactly like that. So the way that functional medicine looks at labs, the way that I've been trained to look at labs over the last almost 30 years is like, where are you compared to other healthy people, right? If we take a healthy population, we take blood from healthy population, what do their numbers look like? What is non-disease state? What does that look like? And then we compare your numbers to that. And like, okay, well, how far away are you? And if you're over here, or if healthy is over here and you're over here, maybe it's not that far, right? If you're over here, maybe we've got a little bit more work to do, right? Just to get you to that healthy place so that you don't end up going, oh my God, I have what? Looking at the trends of your labs can be much more beneficial sometimes than just looking at an absolute number. And those are some of the things that that functional medicine doctors are really great at, is looking at trends and assessing where you're at in time of illness or health and wellness, right? And so from that, we can look at your deficiencies, we can make lifestyle changes and diet and movement and all of those kind of changes for you. We can help you make those changes and be very specific about supplements. That being said, I'm going to talk about gut health today, because that is where all of functional medicine starts. If your gut doesn't function well, if it doesn't digest your food, if it's not breaking your food down into small enough pieces, those pieces can't be absorbed. If you're not absorbing pieces of food or nutrients, then you can become nutrient deficient, protein deficient, energy deficient, like all the things. And so how your gut works determines how everything else works. And that's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of gut-brain health. If we need to make neurotransmitters, like I talked about last week about proteins on Friday, like if we need to make neurotransmitters, which are brain chemistry, we make actually more of them in our gut through certain specialized cells than we do in our brain. But if we don't have the proteins that we need and the vitamins that we need and the enzymes that we need to make all of that happen, we're not going to have that good, healthy mental thing happening. And so that's just, like I said, the tip of the iceberg of starting with gut health first. And so there's really three steps to all of this. And let's think about the function of a gut in terms of creating a garden, right? So the first thing, if you're going to create a garden, you're going to take out all the weeds, right? And we're going to take out the things that would aggravate the situation, right? So we're going to take out certain foods that may be aggravating your gut health. Now, that may or may not be gluten, that may or may not be dairy, that may or may not be a lot of things. That's something for us to determine, or for you and your functional medicine doctor or me to determine what needs to be taken out there. And every doctor has a different way. I like to do it in a functional way that can also be palatable for you, right? So we need to take things out that are going to aggravate the situation. Sugar, right? Easy one. We need to put in things that are going to help you heal your gut, right? So we need to amend the soil. If you have a fresh garden that's never been planted before, you might want to put in some mushroom compost. You might want to put in some cow dung. Whatever. There's a whole bunch of things that you can put in there to make it organic and to get the soil to have more nutrients. And so that's what we have to do as well. And I use a set of supplements for that are easy to take and easy to take care of. I have my friend with me today. If you're on YouTube, you will see Mango down here on my side. If you're not, my big old dog just joined me. So anyhow, so we need to amend the soil so that you can heal. Because your body is not going to give up weight. It's not going to, your brain can't get healthy unless you're getting in some things to calm down the situation and to amend the situation in your gut and to give your body a chance to digest and absorb and do all the things that your gut needs to do. And then we also, at the same time, we're going to plant some seeds, right? We want to start planting some seeds. And those seeds can be in the forms of fermented foods and probiotics. And if you can tolerate some of those things, we're going to give you more fiber and more veggies and more protein as a way to start shifting your diet into a more healthy place for your gut. Because though all of the microbiota, right? Your microbiome, all of the good bacteria and all the bacteria in your gut need to be fed. And the good ones need to be fed very specific diet. The bad ones don't care, right? The bad ones are happy with all the junk food, but the good ones do care. And in order to make some loving decisions for yourself and your microbiome, we're going to work through how we need to feed. This is the fourth part, right? We're going to plant the seed, and then we're going to feed and water that gut for a good month to 3 months so that it can really start to heal. And that's some of the beginning stages of what functional medicine is all about. And so we're going to talk on Friday about foods that you can use to heal your gut. We're going to talk about mind foods on Friday. And we're just going to keep this conversation rolling over the course of the month in order to really help you understand this mind-body connection. So I'm done for today because that was a lot, and I am going to talk to you soon. Take care. I love you all. Have a great one. Bye.